Hi there, and welcome to A&P with Dr. O. This image here is an image that I took underneath the microscope of the small intestine. And we're looking at the small intestine so that we can find the Peyer's patches. These Peyer's patches, they are also known as aggregated lymphoid nodules, and they are going to be found within the mucosa of the small intestine. If we think back to what that term mucosa means, that's going to be an epithelium with an underlying connective tissue. The epithelium that we're focusing on is simple columnar epithelium. Epithelium always faces a space. In this case, we have this internal space here of the small intestine. Therefore, this tissue here that faces the space, here's again our space, this tissue facing the space is going to be our epithelial tissue. And you can see these finger-like projections. Those are the villi of the small intestine, and that's where that epithelial tissue is going to be found. I can just kind of go ahead and draw an arrow here. This is going to be our simple columnar epithelium. And again, if you just follow along these villi and we follow along the tissue that faces that space, all of that tissue right there is going to be simple columnar epithelial tissue. We can note goblet cells. That's another clue that this tissue is going to be that simple columnar epithelial tissue that's associated with the small intestines. What we can also see are the Peyer's patches or aggregated lymphoid nodules. Now these are going to be clusters of lymphatic tissue, and that's a great word because that's kind of what we can see here is we can see that the lymphatic tissue has formed these clusters, and there are several of them. I'm just going to circle a few, but all of the clusters that you see here, so including these as well that I didn't circle, all of these clusters are going to be our Peyer's patches.